Patriot Patrol AR-15. Now, I get hit up a lot to review ARs, and I'm usually like, no, it's boring, there's nothing different about it. When I saw what this boasts of, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I see what you're doing, and I think my audience will like it. First off, if you just hear the term Patriot, you're like, oh yeah, that's me, because this is produced by Patriot Training Center Armory. And the founder was seeing a lot of ARs that came through his course, as you might imagine, and they were very prone to failure. It led him on a quest to build a do-it-all, versatile, durable rifle that is also lightweight and accurate, say out to 600 yards, like your 5.56 should be, and sub-MOA guarantee. And I was like, that's kind of a tall order, but they came up with the Patriot Patrol AR. Now, it's not mass-produced. They're actually hand-built for every customer using mil-spec or better parts, and they brag of ridiculous quality control, multiple durability, and a function test, as well as that sub-MOA accuracy test that I was talking about, which is going to translate to under an inch at 100 yards, which is, you know, kind of like sniper rifle type stuff. And they have 3 performance guarantees as well. It's 30 days, your money back. If you don't like it, you get your money back. That sub-MOA precision that we talked about, and then a lifetime warranty. When I saw lifetime warranty, I chuckled and I was like, oh yeah? I'm gonna shoot a tree down with it, and when we burn the barrel up, we'll try to get a replacement. And then I started reading the fine print, and they literally say, if you burn your barrel up with thousands of rounds, they will, they'll replace the barrel for you. So I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then if you happen to go full Kyle Rittenhouse and use it in a defensive situation, usually it's confiscated as evidence until all that legal trash gets out of the way. They'll actually send you a replacement so you are not left defenseless. So we're gonna take this thing for a spin at the range today. A lot of times when I do reviews, I go and check the rifles out, do the kinks, but in this case, this rifle should be ready to go right out the gate, tested and ready to blast without anything from our end. I didn't even check the zero, because that's one of the guarantees. It's supposed to come with a battlefield ready zero. So we're just gonna shoot at like 100 yards out there and see what we get. So we're hitting just fine. I missed 1 or 2, but we'll blame it on me because I'm just freestanding speed blasting. Let's go a little bit more because I'm having fun. Nice. Okay, there is, I don't know if it's on camera, but there's a yellow paddle dueling tree. I'm gonna see if I can, it's right about 80 yards. Let's see if I can hit him. Oh, sweet. I can barely see them on that yellowish tan background. So for a battlefield ready zero out of the box, all we did was wipe it down. I'm pretty excited about it. And that was all she wrote. All right, so here's the deal, guys. When you go to ptcarmory.com and check it out, you might have a sticker shock at first, but what you need to understand is that it has a ton of value added to it. It's like $1,800 just in extras that you get with the rifle. The first being a 2-day training course, 3 magazines when most manufacturers just give you 1, a premium soft case. So I like the soft cases, they're very usable. Of course, it comes with the sub-MOA target, as well as what we talked about, the Battle Sight Zero ready to go with these irons, well, the mag pulls, not really irons, but you get that. Free shipping, and then AR maintenance and cleaning videos come part of it. It's not just like a stock, you know, Ruger, Smith & Wesson or something. This is for the guys that want something that's quality and ready and tested that they don't have to worry about. What I compare it to is when I bought night vision. I didn't want to go nerd out, study, build my own or anything else. I just found somebody I trusted and I said, hey, give me something that's ready to go. As a gun guy, I said it like, give me the Glock of the night vision world so I can see in the dark and go. So if you don't want to nerd out and just figure out all the intricacies of an AR, but you know an AR is what you want and need because that's America's rifle, right? That's what AR stands for. Fact check me. You can do something like this PTC Armory Patriot rifle, have it ready to go. You may not even have to test fire it. You'll just know you can hang it up. I highly recommend training, but you'll know that it will be ready when you need it. Let's go over all the parts of it real quick. Now, of course, you have a mil-spec forged, hard-coated anodized lower, and then the upper is also a mil-spec with an engraved laser T marks on the top. So that means where you can see there's a subdued T and a number. So then, say I wanted to take off this hollow sun just to shoot the irons, which we'll do in a little bit. Let's do that. We want to put it right back in the same spot, so it's marked for us and it's ready to go. We have M4 feed ramps in the inside, and of course, it's hard-coat anodized. The barrel is a 4150 chrome moly vanadium steel barrel. It's in 5.56 millimeter, and it's a 1-in-7 twist. Of course, that is a 16-inch. It's a lightweight performance profile, which I do like. I overload my gun so much. To have this lighter weight one right out of the box, I'm like, okay, I like it. It's nice, and it has a good balance, and you're ready to go. And it has an 11-degree target crown. This is just an A2 flash hider. Nothing fancy about it, but tried and true, and really brakes on AR suck. Suppressors are better. They just add a lot more weight. You have a mid-length gas system, and then your bolt carrier group is M16 profile, chrome lined with some updated Springco extra power extractor springs there. In the buffer, you also have an H2 weight, which will help you get a little less recoil impulse and help it work when you put a suppressor on it. And the Springco blue enhanced power spring in the inside. If you get really close there, you'll see that it is a staked buffer tube, and so that's not going to come apart on you like I have had some come apart from the factory. We have a 6-position stock, and this is the B5 Bravo stock, which is actually one of my favorites, so I like that. It comes with a Magpul M-Bus sights right here. You've got the regular aperture and then a close quarter aperture, and they will come from the factory with a Battle Zero, so you're ready to go. We just saw that I was hitting 6-inch plates at 75 yards, no problem freestanding. We have an upgraded Radian charging handle right here. That's going to be ambidextrous. Now the handguard is neat. This is the Midwest Industries 13.4. You have 7 sides of M-lock and then 5 anti-rotating QD studs all around it. What I like the most about it is the entire rifle, they spray it with a matte black Cerakote. So all the markings that would normally be in a bright white are now kind of subdued and stealthy. And that Cerakote finish is going to, of course, make it a lot more durable and it won't get scratched up. Grip is also a B5 as well as your trigger guard. This is the Type 23, so it's got an increased kind of a vertical grip angle, which the industry is all moving towards. And finally, our trigger is a Geisley. It's called the ACT, the Advanced Combat Trigger. I'm not a complete fan of it because it doesn't have like a glass wall, glass rod wall type brake. But it's under 5 pounds, so that part's nice. We're going to do a little test for you. I'm going to do it lefty, but it's got a little bit of movement before it goes. So it's reminiscent of a mil-spec trigger without the grit. So if you're used to kind of a stock mil-spec trigger, this is definitely an upgrade, but for precision, I do prefer something a little bit with a glass rod brake like my LaRue MBT 2-stage, but I mean, what's that? $80 to switch out, no big deal. We're going to see how well their Battle Zero came. Since we have an optic, we're going to test it anyway. We are shooting the 69 grain Sierra Match King from my friends over at American Munitions. You can find them over at Ammunition USA. And let's see what it does. Because earlier it was a 55 grain. This is a 69. And then we brought some 75s to shoot too. All right, this is with the red dot. Let's just test what their zero was on that 1-foot steel plate at 100 yards. Looks good, just a smidge left. All right, one more. All right, cool. So I read recently that the industry standard is a 3-shot group for an AR, something with a semi-automatic magazine fed, or 5 if you're hand feeding them. So anyway, we're doing 5 anyway. We're on target. We'll look and talk about it later. So this was at T8. So that's what we just need to realize when we put it back on, so we're in the same spot. So we took it off at T8. We'll put it back later. Now we're going to go irons, which are actually polymer plastics. Grouping with irons is kind of a weird thing, but we're going to do it at that 100-yard LaRue. Okay, we're hitting. I'd call that a battle zero. The lighting is horrible right now. So, oh, my group looks good though. It looks a smidge to the right, but I'm having trouble just in this shadowy tunnel in the forest. But being that I shot that well, I'll shut up. Let's go see. We'll put an optic on it in a minute. Overall, we got a 4-inch group, but if we look at these right here, we have like a 1.1-inch group for these 3 in the center. So, and wet paint because I just painted it. But for a Battle Zero that came straight from the factory, they did their job. Here, this is with our iron sights, which I was having difficult seeing, and we are like a 3.5-inch group. I actually shot better with irons, and I was half blind in this lighting. If someone threw me this rifle in a battle, I would be plenty happy with that. In fact, we could just see an ammo difference between what I shot and what they shot at the factory. So, a Battlefield Zero, check. So now we're changing ammo once again. We have a Night Force optic on this. Now we magnified and we put some 75 grain match hollow point from Black Hills. We'll see how they do. We're trying to get that sub MOA clone. Ooh, those two are touching. It looks like I am about, an inch and a half or so to the right. So I'm going to make an adjustment and we'll try again. What are these? Okay, that looks pretty good and well centered. Let's go check it out. So we did pretty good. I just didn't have it quite zeroed yet. So if we put it edge to edge right there, that's a 0.8-inch group. And group number 2 is right here. Now we're more centered. And this is a 0.8-inch group as well. When I looked at what my brass was doing, it looked like it was throwing about 5 o'clock. Now on the unsuppressed AR, you're kind of wanting just right at 3. I think undergassed is behind you and overgassed is in front of you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what we'll do real quick is we're gonna just shoot and I'm gonna pay attention to it this time. Yeah, so they're going about 430 there. Not a big deal. They're in a nice little pile, which means we have consistent ejection, but I'm gonna drop that suppressor. Now this is cool. This suppressor is a gate lock by Griffin Armament. And so we put it on an A2 flash hider and then snap this gate lock into place. That was not in place. That would have been cool. It would have like flown down range. Oh, there it is. It's got to be in the right groove. Okay, so now we have a suppressor mounted just like that. I brought it today just because I was like, we have a flash hider, let's use it. Of course, we can remove the flash hider and direct threads. And we also may be out of alignment. That is a possibility. You're supposed to check for concentricity, but we're going to check by shooting it today. But then we'll also pay attention to where the brass goes. If we hit, we're concentric. We hit! Oh, and now brass is hitting right perfect at 3 o'clock. Let's do it a few more times. Okay, so beyond you is a little undergassed, but now that we put the suppressor on, we're almost dead center at 3 o'clock with our brass with just 1 or 2 at 2:30, which means you're ready for a suppressor and you're not going to be too overgassed. Although I did feel a little bit. Here, I'm going to shoot so you can kind of see the gas if it works that way. Oh, yeah, stinging my eye! And the brass did go a little far forward there, but okay, but it's working. Let's play around, finish up this mag. All right, so that's 100. Cool, 75, yay. I don't think we have flashers except, here's a buffalo. That was 160 yards. And let's see if we can get the 270. I hit it! I'm wondering what my zero changed. A lot of times your zero goes, your point of impact goes a little lower when you add the weight of a suppressor. I was wondering what was smoking. And it's just the finish on the suppressor. I have not shot it too much because I don't have A2 flash hiders a whole lot. but that's kind of fun. We're gonna play around just a little bit more, make sure we get some more rounds through this and that it's all, you know, nice and running. We have not have a single malfunction yet. We've got some red flashers on the target. There's a link in my bio if you wanna find those because they're pretty fun. But half of them have it and half of them don't. We're just gonna go different targets from 75 to 270. It's like Christmas lights out there. All right, I was just trying to see how many I could keep flashing all at once. Pretty cool. I found my Top Shot Tree Service magazine in that bag. So while we want to just waste ammo and make sure this rifle runs, we're probably over 200 or 300 rounds at this point. I have a 50-yard tree. Okay, we're not at 50 yard, but the tree that is at 50 yards, it's dead. So we're gonna help it, see if we can get lucky today. Why not? 60 more rounds, surely we can take it. It's shaking a little at the top, but it'll live for another days. But guys, if you are looking for an AR that is set up just to go, it's like, I don't know, you know, I just want something that'll save my life if need to. The PTC Patrol might be what you're looking for. You can find out more over at PTC Armory. And yeah, what do y'all guys think? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Okay, I love you, bye-bye.